Once upon a time, in a cozy little house with a big green garden, lived a mother pig with her 3 little sons. The piglets were growing up so fast, and soon their little house started to feel a bit too small for all of them. One sunny morning, Mother Pig gathered her 3 little boys and said, "My dear sons, you are all grown up now. It's time for you to go out into the world and build your own houses. But remember my words. Whatever you do, do it the very best you can. That's the way to stay safe and happy." The 3 little pigs kissed their mother goodbye, and, with little bags packed on their shoulders, they trotted off down the lane, excited for their big adventure. They hadn't gone very far when they met a farmer pulling a cart full of straw. The first little pig, who was a bit lazy and always looked for the easiest way to do things, thought, "A house of straw. That sounds perfect. It'll be so quick to build, and then I can spend the rest of the day playing." So he walked up to the farmer and politely asked, "Excuse me, sir, could I please have some of that straw to build my house?" The farmer was a kind man and gave him a big bundle of golden straw. The first little pig was delighted. In no time at all, he had built a little straw house. It wasn't very strong, but he didn't care. He danced around his new home, singing, "My house is built, the work is done. Now it's time for fun, fun, fun." The other 2 pigs waved goodbye to their brother and continued down the road. Soon they came across a woodcutter chopping down trees. It looked sturdier than the straw house, and he was quite proud. He finished just in time for a long afternoon nap. "There," he said, "a fine house indeed. Now I can relax." He waved goodbye to his brother and went inside. The 3rd little pig, however, remembered his mother's words very clearly. "Whatever you do, do it the very best you can." He knew a house of straw or sticks wouldn't be safe enough. He walked on and on, determined to find the best material. Finally, he saw a man with a cart full of heavy red bricks. "Ah," he thought, "this is it. A house of bricks will be strong and safe. It will take a lot of work, but it will be worth it." He went up to the man and asked for some bricks. The man gave him a heavy load, and the 3rd little pig began his work. He worked all day, laying each brick carefully with strong mortar. He built a sturdy foundation, strong walls, a solid roof, and even a big, strong fireplace with a chimney. It took him a very, very long time. While his brothers were playing and napping, he was working hard, sweating under the sun. But when he was finished, he had a wonderful, strong little house that he knew would protect him from anything. He felt very proud and safe. Now, in the same woods where the pigs built their homes, lived a big bad wolf. He was always hungry, and he especially loved the thought of a tender little pig for his dinner. One day, while roaming through the woods, he spotted the first little pig's straw house. He crept up to the door and sniffed. He growled to himself, "I smell a little pig inside. This will be an easy meal." He knocked on the door. "Little pig, let me come in," he called in his deepest, gruffest voice. The first little pig peeked through a crack in the straw and saw the wolf's big teeth. He squealed in fright, "No, no, not by the hair on my chinny chin chin. Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in," roared the wolf. And so the wolf took a deep breath, a huge breath, and he huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the little straw house all to pieces. Whoosh! The first little pig squealed with terror and ran as fast as his little legs could carry him, all the way to his brother's stick house. He burst through the door, shouting, "The wolf! The wolf is coming!" The second little pig quickly bolted the door. Just a moment later, they heard a loud knock. It was the big bad wolf. Little pigs, let me come in," he snarled. The two pigs huddled together, trembling. "No, no, not by the hair on our chin-chins," they cried out. "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in," the wolf thundered. He took an even deeper breath this time, and he huffed, and he puffed, and the house of sticks began to creak and groan. He puffed again, even harder, and crashed. The stick house came tumbling down. The two little pigs scrambled from the wreckage and ran for their lives. They didn't stop until they reached their brother's brick house. "Let us in. Let us in. The big bad wolf is after us," they shrieked. The third little pig opened the door, and his two terrified brothers rushed inside. He calmly locked the heavy wooden door behind them. Soon there was a furious knock. Little pigs, let me come in," roared the very angry and very hungry wolf. The third little pig, feeling safe behind his strong walls, called out confidently, "No, no, not by the hair on my chinny chin chin. Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in," bellowed the wolf, angrier than ever. Well, the wolf huffed, and he puffed, but nothing happened. The brick house didn't even shake. He huffed and he puffed again, and again. He puffed so hard his face turned blue, but the little brick house stood strong. The wolf was exhausted and furious. He realized he couldn't blow this house down. But the wolf was cunning. He decided to try and trick the little pig. He called out in a friendly voice, "Little pig, I know where there is a nice field of sweet turnips." The little pig replied, "Where? In Mr. Smith's field," said the wolf. "I'll come for you tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock, and we can go together." But the clever little pig woke up at 5 o'clock, went to the field, gathered a basket of turnips, and was home long before the wolf arrived. When the wolf knocked at 6, the pig called out, "I've already been and come back. I have a delicious pot of turnip soup on the fire." The wolf was furious at being tricked, but he didn't give up. "Little pig," he called. "I know of a lovely apple tree down at Merry Garden. When should we go?" asked the pig. "Tomorrow morning at 5 o'clock," the wolf replied, planning to get there extra early this time. But the little pig was even smarter. He woke up at 4 o'clock and hurried to the apple tree. He was up in the branches picking apples when he saw the wolf coming. The pig was scared, but he thought fast. "Here, have an apple," he called, and threw one far away. While the wolf ran to get it, the little pig jumped down and ran all the way home. The wolf was now in a rage. He had been outsmarted twice. He came to the house and shouted, "I'm coming to get you. I'm going to climb down your chimney." The three little pigs heard him climbing onto the roof. The first two pigs squealed in fear, but the third little pig had another clever idea. He whispered to his brothers, "Quick, help me." They quickly put their big cooking pot full of water on the fire in the fireplace. Then they made the fire blaze up high. Just as the water started to boil, the big bad wolf came sliding down the chimney. He was thinking about the delicious meal he was about to have, but instead of landing in the room, he fell splash right into the huge pot of boiling water. "Yoo-woo!" he howled in pain. He shot back up the chimney faster than he came down, ran off into the woods, and was never seen again. The three little pigs were safe at last. The first two pigs felt very foolish. They thanked their clever brother over and over again. They had learned a very important lesson that day. From then on, they always remembered their mother's words. They built their own strong houses out of bricks, right next to their brothers. And the three little pigs lived happily and safely ever after. And the lesson they learned is one we can all remember. Hard work and doing things the right way always pays off in the end. Thanks for watching our story today. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more fun stories. See you next time.